Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a lovely day. And thank you for all you do to support this channel. I am shocked at how many subscribers I have, how many views I have, and the amount of support that I get on this channel. I really appreciate you supporting this channel. So thank you very much. Now, I've got something I want to say. Now, Haitians are catching hell in Springfield, Ohio now. It has not died down, and it won't as long as they're there. Because even though some of those people in Springfield acknowledge that the Haitians have helped the economy, and they really have helped the growth of the city in terms of services, but there are those who resent them being there. And they are not going to change just because somebody comes on television and say they're sorry. That's not how it works. So now another prominent Haitian has taken to social media to plead for her people. And I think that's what she should do. Remember, that's what I said a few days ago. They need to speak out on behalf of their people. I think it will help. I believe it will help. It's not going to put a stop to it. Nothing will put a stop to this kind of stuff in America. But it will help. And it's a good lesson for people coming to this country. When you're coming from an African country or Caribbean country, and you're living in New York or Miami or Los Angeles, in these big urban centers where you have a lot of your own people, you may not feel America as it exists in Springfield, Ohio. But if you make your way into the interior of this country, and especially if you're in places where there are not a lot of Black Americans, you're going to get a different American experience. But here is Garcelle Beauvais, and she's giving a heartfelt message to America.
Silent in the face of racism and hate is something that I refuse to do. This past week, the lies that have been spewed about the Haitian community, about my community, have been disgusting, deeply hurtful, and dangerous. Now, this is not about politics. It's about humanity. We must condemn this kind of hatred, this kind of racism for anyone. I have always been a proud Haitian immigrant, coming to America, working hard. That's what we do. Coming from gratitude. And I will not sit by and let people talk about my community in any way they want for their own gain. The power we have is the power to vote, to register and vote and stop this madness, this chaos. Haïtien, c'est pour nous sortir, c'est pour nous voter, c'est pour nous register, c'est pour nous parler avec tout le monde que nous connaît qui ka vote. C'est là nous gain power. I am not going to sit by. It's just not okay to treat people like this. We're supposed to be uplifting each other. From our leaders to our neighbors. This has got to stop. And we have to do something about it. We can't just sit by. Thanks for listening. Register to vote. We have 50-something days. Go out and vote. We need to stop this chaos.
Well, I don't know where she's been for all this time that she's been in America, but this has been going on in America all the time. And it's interesting that you don't see it until it happens to you. This is the first time I've ever seen her speaking out on anything, but better late than never. But the point is, this is as far as America has gotten on the scale of humanity. And when we say we had to stand up and fight for ourselves, they think we're exaggerating. But we're not. And as much as we've been fighting since the very beginning, this is as far as we've gotten. We've gotten no farther than them trying to destroy the humanity of the Haitian people, just like they've done with us. There was a time when if this happened to any Black people from Africa or the Caribbean, Black Americans would be on the front line fighting, standing up for those people. Now, this time around, what I'm seeing is a lot of black people making memes about it, which I think is not nice. But you see, that's what happens when you alienate people. There was a time when Black Americans would have been the first ones calling out Donald Trump and his minions. But now Black Americans are saying, not my fight. Even when somebody on Twitter, on my Twitter page, said, well, when they're talking about Haitians, they're talking about all Black Americans. Black Americans pushed back on that and said, no, they're not. They know the difference between us and Haitians. And that's really true. White people in Springfield, Ohio, know the difference between Haitians and Black Americans. But even so, at another place and time, Black Americans would have checked those white people about the ugly things that they're doing and saying. But because Haitians and some of the Africans and a lot of these black immigrants have come over here showing their ass, Black Americans say, well, basically you're on your own. And this is not the last time we're going to see something like this either. Especially if they're going into those Midwestern, even up in the upper north. They're going to see that again. This is a political season, and with Donald Trump, nothing is off limits. But the fact that the Haitian celebrities are coming out and speaking out against this lets you know how serious the situation is. And I believe pressure was put on them. Wyclef, maybe not so much. But Garcelle, I believe some pressure was put on her somewhere. Because celebrities like to stay in that Hollywood cocoon and pretend that the things that affect other people don't affect them. So she was probably pressured to come out and say something. But still, I think it's a good thing that she did. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. And we'll see if anybody else speaks out on this issue. Because they should. It's their people. They should speak up. Okay, everybody, thank you for listening. Subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment if you will. Have a good evening.